Alrighty, hi there. So I have had a small break on posting videos into my YouTube channel, mainly due that I've been working a lot in my studio, also with many things, starting from wiping out the whole computer and reinstalling everything and getting rid of all the crap in it. And then secondly, I basically took from my desk. I had the patch bay here in my desk, so it was kind of bringing in all the cables like the desk and didn't have that much desk space, so I wanted to take that out. So I did that. I moved the patch bay from the desk to underneath into a cabin or kind of rack what I had already previously for my speakers amplifier, and I installed the patch bay into that rack, and now it's giving me more desk space here, and I'm happy about that. As well as I've been kind of working the whole studio in a way that I have reworking with the cables and also reworked on templates and things so that everything is much more easier to access and start producing music. So something maybe for you to look at as well. I also posted into my YouTube channel in post a question that what should I do next, and not sure how many answers I got, but quite many said that go more deeper on the Luna and how to bring advanced workflow features into the Luna. So that's something that I'm gonna do in this section, and I will also go through all the kind of interesting updates that Luna has had regarding on to improve your workflow and how to kind of even make the automation and things even more faster and so that you can actually focus on creating music. So let's dive into in this session about what are the new features in Luna, then how to improve the workflow within Luna, like with Metagrid Pro and that type of a device that can accelerate your stuff. Then I have also another baby here in studio, the MP MIDI, which kind of enables you to do plugin host with multiple hosts and work your way through there. So let's get going with Luna updates and that impact workflow, as well as some tactics regarding on it. Okay, let's get going. Alrighty, the Luna 1.8 version and the siblings of it actually have introduced a lot of great workflow improvements. I, by the way, upgraded my microphone as well. I'm testing that what is the right place for mic, so that if I'm looking to camera or I'm looking over the desk and the screen, that the voice of my speech is on the same level. But let's see. Anyway, let's dive into Luna. So firstly, let's look into tab, which is basically opening and closing the browser. And then you can, with option in Mac, option and command, you can basically then go through different tabs. The second, and even bigger, I would say, is that you are able to do track presets and recall them very easily into your projects. And as you can see here now, I could bring the whole TR8S configuration with tracks and plugins in it. I just did this as a simple way just to demonstrate this, so that you can see that how easy it is. If I would like to bring a mini Moog, the same thing would be with that one. So I could basically then say that let's also bring in the mini Moog into it, so I can do some bass. Anyway, let's go back to TR8S and just demonstrate that. So I'll bring a recent rack plugin here quickly, and then let's go to a drum sequencer, and from there I want to bring this to D1, so I get snare from TRA this, and now if I press play, I'm getting kick and snare coming automatically. So no configuration, nothing, everything start to work, and I can just focus on my music. So extremely awesome. The plugin presets, it's also easy to create them. So I don't have yet the preset for easy drums, and I could actually do it like multi-timbral and all that jazz. I just basically go and right click and say that save as a preset. If I have multiple tracks, I paint all the tracks and then I say that save it as a preset. So it will basically consolidate those into one preset, and when you recall the preset as I did with the TRA this, it will bring all them in. So now if I'm saving it, it goes there, and I could now in my next session bring easy drum like into it. Then another big change was, maybe I'll just take off that, and let's go here and do some funny play and record some MIDI keyboards. So just like that. So I got some MIDI, no matter about thing, but anyway, the idea with this one was to show the next thing. However, that does not actually work in my eyes yet with external instruments. But one thing that they brought is a bounce in place. So if I go on top of the clip and I say that I wanna bounce this range and press it here, it will bounce me the track in audio, and that's awesome. However, the awesomeness, it doesn't carry over with the external instruments, because if I go and say that bounce, I get like empty canvas. So I guess this is a feature that they will fix, so that understanding that if I bounce an external instrument, it will need to kind of engage it and do that. So that part is kind of failing short still a bit. But anyway, this bounce in place is great addition to Luna. What else I have here is that I can basically, show and hide the fader section when I toggle into my mixer. I could now actually also toggle on and off the faders, so that I get most of the landscape on the routing and tape and console if I want to use those. So I get more landscape of working with this, and then when I bring in the faders, then I'm basically then able to bring that on and off. However, I didn't find out that there would be a keyboard shortcut for that. I haven't truly checked out. I did check it into the next feature that is, I think, great as well, that they have introduced is that Luna keyboard shortcuts, you can actually edit them. So great thing about this is that you could actually also go and change it into live. So now if I press tab, it will like live Ableton Live with tab keys is changing between arrangement and a mix view and a session view. Here you can do the same with the tab when you select that. However, let's stick with the Luna defaults, so that I can pretty much then use it. And let's then change a bit the view and look more closely on then how one could utilize these programmable keyboard shortcuts and Metagrid Pro to call those in and making your workflow even faster. Okay, so now on top right corner you will also see my iPad, and the software that I'm using there is a Metagrid Pro, where you can actually program this. So like I can toggle and do keyboard shortcuts and commands from here. You can define your own layouts. Some of these I have borrowed. It has some pre-made layouts. some of them I have borrowed, but then some of them I have created, like the one for the plugins. So for example, if I'm in a mixer and I go into the plugin section, and then I would like to bring a Pro Q here, I just press Pro Q and it launched me. I don't need to type that anything. Or if I would like to then go and bring, for example, a fire child, same thing. I just press the button in Luna, and then it goes and gets the one. So what it actually does is quite straightforward and simple. If we look into the macro basically says Command F, so find. So it will launch the find in Luna. Then it will type in Fairchild. It will wait the 10 seconds. It will go down. So in like keys down, and then it will press enter and ESC, so that it will remove it from the side, the browser. So let's like demonstrate once again. So LA3A, bam, and yeah. So that's basically how it works. And here now let's see that I have the right keyboard shortcut. Yeah, I have the Luna default. Yes, good. So then if I go back here and I want to basically toggle that on and off, and I would like to now program that into the Metagrid Pro. So so closing and opening the browser. So it's quite trivial, but currently, if I would like to also define my own keyboard shortcut, I can actually go now here and say that, customize, and then I go and search browser, show browser. And then if I'm gonna do a like Shift Option Command B, if it would conflict, it would show it in red as well. So if I say like Shift Option B, so now it kind of like shows the conflicting part. But then if I do something like that doesn't conflict, then it stores it over here, and now it recreated me or created me a Luna default one as my own preset with this extension. So now when I'm doing a command like Shift Command Option B, it will open and close the browser. So next we will move into Metagrid, and here you can actually place first, you can draw into your layout what you want to do. I want to merge these, then I want to add a button. I could also add a slider. Let's do merge that one, and then go and add a fader. So now I have a small fader here. But let's do the button first. So then when I have it here, I can go into the object, and now I go into the macro, and I can add a keyboard shortcut. In this case, I say Shift Option Command, and then this one was B. Now I can try it. So you can also test the macro here. This is just simple one, so it's easy to kind of show and demonstrate. And then you can go and do a text. So basically you can say that show /hide browser, done. And then you can basically also say that what size of the text it is. You can of course play with colors, backgrounds, icons, so you can customize it a lot. And you could also bring in your own kind of background in it in order to kind of if you want to truly customize it. So when I'm now done, now I have my button here programmed, and it basically then like open and closes. By default, if I go back to the edit mode and take the fader is basically programmed so that it will send on a channel CC0 on channel 1, and so when now, for example, if I would like to use the fader with some of my virtual instruments or so, I could basically do that. So let's go and let's see where we have an easy drummer here, and then let me see. No, maybe I'll take a more simpler instrument. So let's add a instrument track, and so, but not easy drummer, please. I'll go and replace that with, for example, yeah, why not Abbey Road 1? It's opening it up, and let's take that as an example. So now, if I would like to, for example, the expression, I would like to reprogram that and learn MIDI automation. So if I'm now doing, let me see, I might actually, I need to add this as a MIDI first, of course. Sorry about that. I'll also create a plugin icon so that I know that I'm working. But yeah, I need to go here, and I have resetted all my configurations, so it's pretty much like, well, boys and girls, I'm out of luck with that. So Metasystem MIDI in and Metasystem MIDI out. But anyway, so a bit of a work to do that. But anyway, now when I'm doing this, and now if I'm going and let's do that again, like learn MIDI CC automation, like, hey, come on, what the heck? No, anyway, it won't learn it. That's interesting. No. No, well, anyway, it should work. So it's not a good demo in that respect. But anyway, it does send the MIDI into your system. I wonder, by the way, I might need to arm this because I haven't armed it, so it doesn't actually bring the MIDIs in. So that might be actually my reason. And ding, ding, yeah, exactly. So once your track is armed, then you get the MIDI from your Metagrid Pro into Luna and to the track that you have armed, and you can then deal with, the fade. Like in this case, I just program it into the expression, but this just highlights that, what kind of capabilities the Metagrid Pro has. You can create different type of these layouts. You can have multiple pages, and then you can have all these keyboard shortcuts programmed here. So now, for example, if I would like to get rid of that track, I don't want to have that track. So let's select it and then just say that delete, and the track is gone. I also don't want to have that empty bounce, so as it was like nonsense anyway. But yeah, so that's basically with Metagrid. Then let's take a look still look into MP MIDI and how that could be used with Luna as a plugin controller that has a tactile feedback. I have done actually a video about MP MIDI. I will link it when I unboxed it, and I did a short demo and actually what the capabilities of that are. So in that video you will actually see the physical device, but here I just show an example what can you do with that when working with Luna, and from a visual point of view. Okay, so now you have actually other screen in the down left corner, which is the screen of MP MIDI. So you can basically, in this screen, you can actually, it's a touch screen, but let's look into what it is actually capable of doing. So so let's do an example on that, so that I'll add a MPH multi FX into here, And now when I press here and I open it up, it will actually show me the controller. And then over here, I have done already these favorites, so I could actually bring in a Pro Q. Then I can add another plugin into it. I could basically then bring a compressor like LA2A. I also want to define the name for this. So this is basically this is bass, and then I'll do another one here, which I'll just basically bring the same plugin in here, and I say that this one is drums. And now I want to load here also a plugin like from my favorites. I'll start with the EQ just in case. Then I'll bring another one. I want to bring different type of compressor, for example a 1167. Then I would like to or maybe I'll bring something else, maybe an API. And then what else I could basically bring? I could bring, let's see, I could bring, no, maybe that's enough. Anyway, now when I go into the plugin panel, I can see these both. So I can see the bass and drum, and I can go directly into LA2A to select that, or so I don't need to use the console at all to switch from a channel to another and then go directly into the plugin. And here also I have these rotary controllers that I can turn and get the tactile feedback on kind of really tweaking the the buttons. So I can deal with two buttons at the same time, for example, if I want. Then of course all these can be mapped to different plugins, so you can by yourself do these mappings, and so this actually brings another dimension on mixing, because now I can just go drums and just want to go to API, or within this within this I want to go to a Pro Q. This is just I'm clumsy with the thing, just yet I haven't played around with it enough. So it's actually extremely smooth to use and go from a different channel. And no matter how many you have in tracks, you also have a search here. So you can actually search the track that you are looking for. So if you have 100 tracks, you can actually locate it with this search here, and then go and go into that plugin over there. So let's basically add another plugin, something that we might basically then do like a Oxford inflator, and so that's basically one case now to go from a plugin to another and add additional plugins into the picture. But yeah, that's pretty much it what I want to cover this time. And alrighty, hopefully you enjoyed this session with Universal Audio Luna and its latest improvements that are all related to your workflow and how they improve your workflow and making things faster with track presets, certain keyboard shortcuts. Then I showed you like how to basically then utilize the Metagrid Pro with Luna to kind of make things even faster. So avoiding keyboards, and you can build macros and do things also with that in tandem with Luna extremely fast. And then there's a bonus, a kind of MP MIDI, that how you could actually then utilize this type of a device when you are mixing things. You need to go from a track to another and from a plugin to another, so that you don't need to use a keyboard and you can do everything, based on tactile feedback. Anyway, I hope you like my videos. please do like them if you like them. And remember to subscribe for my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye now.